Working with Mang companies is still a dream for many. But how would you feel if you have to leave your country and asked to relocate to Meta Canada office and fired 2 days after joining? How would you feel when you woke up at 3 a.m. to pump milk for your 3 months old daughter and get an email stating that you are fired during your maternity leave? How would you feel when you get fired from the company when you are leave taking care of son battling cancer and need insurance health support from your company? So in this video, I would be sharing my views on US tech layoff, why layoffs and its impact on India. Meta fired 11,000 employees, Amazon fired 10,000 employees, Cisco fired 4,000 employees, Twitter fired 3,700 employees, Salesforce fired 1,000 employees, Stripe fired 1,000 employees. It looks like winter has come. Before sharing the reason for US tech layoffs, let me narrate you a story and then tell you the reasons for US layoffs. Let's travel back to 2020 March when WHO declared global crisis due to COVID-19 cases started increasing rapidly and virus impacted the entire world. At this point, we saw a massive shift in consumers' behavior to doing things online, from shopping to working from home to engaging with your doctors via video call. Students taking classes online and work from home finally became a thing. This shift of doing things online resulted in massive growth for tech companies who responded by aggressively hiring thousands of employees. Fast forward to 2022, as things have improved due to introduction of vaccines, folks have returned to office, schools have opened up, students are back to school, and people are back to shopping from brick and mortar store. The unprecedented growth caused by pandemic has significantly slowed down, and tech companies have started re-evaluating their budget and reducing costs since then. They are not having strong demand due to COVID. But one thing remained common across Cisco, Salesforce, Netflix, Amazon, Twitter is aggressive hiring and not thinking about post-COVID results. Now let's understand the reason for US tech layoffs. Facebook revenue for Q3 of 21 was $9.19 billion. Q3 of 22, the revenue was $4.4 billion, a drastic fall. Now let's understand the reason for Meta. In the year 2021, Facebook annual advertisement revenue generated was $114.9 billion, but Apple's move to limit the way app track users' behavior has hit Meta revenue very hardly. The second reason is excessive and aggressive hiring done by Meta. Meta added over 25,000 employees in 2020 and 2021. Third is competition from TikTok. TikTok is driving engagement for Gen Z users. Meta lost $230 billion in market value in February 2022. In 2020 alone, Amazon created 5 lakhs jobs globally, and in 2021, Amazon created 3 lakhs jobs globally. Aggressive hiring. Alexa unit turned out to be a loss-making entity. Alexa lost $5 billion. Operating income for Q3 FY22 was $4.9 billion, and operating income for Q3 financial year 23 was $2.5 billion. That is during COVID and post-COVID. There is a decline in operating income. Reasons can be stated as Russia-Ukraine war, inflation, recession, hike in the interest rate, or macroeconomic downturn. There could be various reasons for that. Google is planning to fire 10,000 employees with poor performance. The reasons for Google layoffs are hedge fund billionaire investor Christopher, who argued in a letter to Alphabet the number of employees in the company needs to be reduced. The second reason which he stated was the average salary which is being paid to Alphabet employee in 2021 was around $2,95,884 US dollars, which is 70% higher than Microsoft average employee. Few other things which he said was the market in 2023 does not seem promising enough, and inflation, recession, and Russia-Ukraine war and hike in oil prices are some reasons why he asked in a letter to cut down or to fire the employees from Google. Third, recession is usually a great news for India. It is a news of economic boom in India. Every time there is a recession in America, in India, economic boom happens 1 or 2 years later. For example, .com burst, 2008 recession, or COVID. Now let's understand about inflation. US is the world's largest consumer of oil. If a recession happens in US, oil price would definitely drop by 50 to 80%. India would get oil at economical prices. As of now, S. Jaishankar, External Affairs Minister Minister of India is getting crude oil from Russia at a very economical prices despite the sanctions which has been put on Russia. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, in the next 1 year, many more manufacturing plants will open in India. Advanced Indian digital infrastructure will help in digitalization, and green energy transition would help in the economic boom in India. India is currently focusing on increasing supply rather than decreasing the demand, which is a greater focus for India in the near future. As inflation increases in US and Europe, cost of operation will increase, so the work will be outsourced to India, but inflation in India shall be controlled. Another reason for inflation in America is the US government under the leadership of Joe Biden has pumped billions of dollars, that is, it has printed billions of dollars during COVID, and it has pumped that money into the US economy, due to which each and every American has a humongous amount of cash pile with them, and that is why inflation is happening. Impact on Indian IT sector of US tech layoffs. Indian IT sector contributes 9.3% towards Indian GDP, a huge number. India accounts for 56% of global outsourcing market. To put this in simpler terms, out of 100 projects that has been outsourced by US tech giant, 56 projects come to India. Outsourcing is something which requires special skills. Indian IT sector employs more than 2 million employees. So let's understand the impact of US tech layoffs. So in terms of hiring, from April to June, Indian IT sector giants TCS, Infosys, Wipro made a hiring of 52,842 employees. From July to September quarter, that is July, August, September, they did a hiring of 28,836 employees. Yes, I understand that from 52,000 to 28,000 there is a decline in hiring, but there is no major layoffs that is happening from these Indian IT giants. The second thing is they stay in India for quality, and now India is a true destination for talent. Third reason is remote working. Remote working would bring IT jobs in India. Now let's understand the government of India's support towards Indian IT sector. Government of India under Prime Minister Modi leadership has contributed $11.5 billion in the union budget Indian IT and telecom sector. Key takeaways from the US tech layoffs and global tech layoffs is aggressive hiring is never a solution. Though the business is rising, you are seeing good profit, but aggressive hiring is never a value for money solution. Second, instead of laying off the employees, the salary can be reduced by 25%, because hiring a new employee and training them would even cost more than reducing the salary by 25%.